tomorrow. Lunch is going to be super, super duper short. I'm sorry that the one yesterday was canceled, but tomorrow we're going to actually be having it. We're going to be giving you guys the flyers for Fall Fair to advertise, so please be there.
There's a film club meeting tomorrow after student council, and it's at the same time as Model UN, so if you can't make it, that's okay. It's going to be really quick. We're just going to be deciding what we're going to do over break, if we're going to do anything, so be there.
Good morning. Congratulations for thriving here at York in this first quarter. I say thrive because you have not just survived first quarter. As you know, to thrive is to grow and develop vigorously. That's what you are doing, and that's what we want for you here at York. To thrive in your academic pursuits, your extracurricular pursuits, and your character. And so I just wanted to say a little bit about first quarter comments that are coming up, particularly for those students who are new to the school, but it bears repeating for those who are returning as well. We provide first quarter comments so that you can participate in something that we like to think of as a feedback loop. Many of you like to play video games. I like video games. One of the things I like about video games is that it gives you an experience of progression. You have mic support. You get statistics. You can see a progress bar. You know how you're doing on level 1 so you can advance to level 2. Your teachers provide comments as part of a feedback loop. We want to let you know where you're being successful. We want to let you know where you can be more successful. And that input is given to you so you can then take some action. You can look at your comments this quarter and make some decisions for yourself about where you want to extend your strengths throughout the year and where you want to concentrate some energy and attention to grow and develop vigorously. So please make sure that when you look at those comments next week that you go through them carefully, you reflect upon them, maybe talk about them with someone at home. Maybe you make a list for yourself with regards to what you think you want to focus on for when you come back. But I also want to emphasize this idea that we're playing the long game. The statistics, the progress bar that you see on comments this first quarter, that doesn't dictate the grade that you have now, and that the grade is the only grade you will receive at York. We're only printing end-of-year grades on your transcript. So look at your first quarter comments as an opportunity to reflect on where you want to grow and develop for the future. Thank you.
So speaking of that feedback loop, for returning sophomores and juniors, it's your last chance to get into positive feedback for having completed all of your reflection questions for last year's service learning. Some positive feedback for all of you who went on the Authors and Ideas Student Day. Thank you so much for getting all of your permission slips in, for being attentive, for being a great audience. Thank you to all of the volunteers who helped on the weekend event and on Student Day making introductions. You guys filled in spots and did great, amazing introductions, better than the speakers sometimes. No, actually, the speakers were really good. I bought for the school the 2 books from Mac Barnett that he wrote, and we use these books in, when we go to King Elementary. I'll be taking volunteers over there for an after-school tutoring time, and sometimes we use children's books to engage the kids in conversation about important things. And so when these will be in the library, and they're dedicated to York School by the author. And so when you're reading them, be thinking about what the message is in the books. And Nick Newman got a chance to introduce him at the student day, and so we have a dedication that says, "For my buddy Nick." We really enjoyed talking with you. So for all the volunteers who introduced, who just were there to help out, and the people who made introductions on Friday, I have these great bags for you. And if you don't want one, I'm sure your parents would be happy to have them. They're great for groceries. And if you have volunteered anytime doing anything during the fall, whether it was at Ms. Key's speech cleanup or at the PG Triathlon or the Big Sur Marathon, actually Big Sur Marathon I'll deal with, Jewish Food Festival, any place you volunteered this fall or this summer, turn in your verification of hours and log that in Naviance. Thanks.
Friday, October 18th is Grandparents and Friends of York Day. If you would like to check to make sure your grandparent or special friend got invited, please stop by my office. I'm directly across the hall from Mr. Harmon's office. If you would like an extra invite to invite someone while you have the next week and a half off, I'm happy to give you some extra invites. It's a great day to spend with your loved ones and show them around campus. They get to go to a class with you. You get to have lunch with them, provided by the school. If you have any other questions about it at all, please come see me, and I'm happy to talk to you about it. If you would like to be set up with a trustee, if you don't have someone that's local, I am happy to make that connection for you and make sure you have someone to take around for you for the day. Thanks.
They can determine who your friends are, who you hang out with, who you respect, and who you don't. But sometimes first impressions can be extremely inaccurate, as I discovered in the beginning of my 5th grade year. In elementary school, there were never really new kids, and everyone had pretty much known each other since kindergarten. That's why when a new girl arrived in the beginning of 5th grade, I couldn't help but watch her a little bit. I was playing tag at recess one day when I noticed something moving near me in the grass. I looked around to find the new girl crouching among the flowers. As I watched, she growled and crawled forward. She was obviously pretending to be some sort of an animal, a tiger, I thought, and I turned away, really weirded out. I decided I'd stay away from this strange new girl. A few days later, my extremely social friend Zoe had me go up and talk to the new girl because apparently she was really nice and I should see for myself. I awkwardly walked forward and introduced myself, fearing very much for her sanity. But as we talked, I found out that Zoe had been right. The new girl was really interesting. She had a lot of siblings, loved art, and didn't even have a TV in her house, all things I wouldn't have guessed before approaching her. We are still great friends today and often laugh about the awkward first impression she made on me all those years ago. She claims that she had been making daisy chains in the grass, and I definitely don't believe her. No matter what she had really been doing that day, the new girl was actually a great person, and if I hadn't gotten over my initial judgments, I wouldn't have formed a lasting friendship with the peculiar tiger girl.
There's a French Honor Society meeting, and tomorrow during lunch after Student Council, we're going to have a quick Key Club meeting. We're just going to have sign-ups for Fall Fair, so please be there. Thank you.
So today, girls tennis has a game against Carmel, and everyone needs to be at the Vans by 2:20, dressed and ready to go. And also, MUN has a meeting tomorrow, and we're taking final signups for the BMUN one day, so please be there if you're considering going. And we're going to take signups for Fall Fair too, so please be there.
Today, we're going to tell you about the birds and the bees. Austin, you left a whole cake in the quad uncovered for the birds to eat. Alex, I watched some birds break into your plastic bag lunch and eat the plastic. Andrew, you left out a soda that attracted a ton of bees that endangered all the other people eating lunch. Andrea, what can we do about this?
Use protection. For your lunch, don't use plastic bags and make sure the crows can't get into your food. Don't leave food uncovered, and please throw your trash away. Thank you.
Okay, so Saturday after next, October 12th, there's going to be a walk/run 5K, and all the proceeds will go to food allergy research. If you want to get involved, there'll be information on Facebook. You can come up to me at school. If you can't go, it's at 10 a.m. It's kind of early in San Jose. You can always find me at school. You can donate money, find a way to get you involved. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so the 8th grade is cleaning out the lost and founds tomorrow.
There's a lot of stuff there, so pick up your stuff, because if you do that, then you guys have more stuff and we have less work, so pick up your stuff.
Yeah.
York water polo team having our first home game at Catalina this Wednesday.
It's at 6 o'clock, so you should all come and watch.
Logical meeting today, we're going to talk some more about Fall Fair.
Yeah, be there. Physics room, lunch.
Also, sorry, really quick, I need volunteers for the lacrosse booth. If you want to help serve pizza, want to just stand around and invite people over to eat pizza, please, I need your help because I'm not ready to do right now. Thank you.
Jets meeting tomorrow. It's in Mr. Dawson's room at lunch. We have a different schedule, so make sure to be aware of that, but get to the meeting.
Yeah, it'll be after the student council meeting.
So yes, there's a cross-country meet today at 4 o'clock at York, and you should come and support cross-country because it's right there. We run for like 40 minutes, so you can stand around and watch people sweat and be in pain.
Up in the upper field.
Yay!
So on another note, you guys probably remember my fundraiser that I was doing for Bangladesh. So thankfully, thanks to donations from people like you, I was able to raise the $5,000, and so that's 147 children going to school this year. So thank you guys, I really appreciate it.
Anyone interested in the spring break trip to Baja, please come to Ms. Keith's room at 11:45 for more information. Thank you.
Hello everyone, today we're having a fashion club meeting in room 3 at lunch. We'll be discussing Fall Fair and our newspaper project. Thank you.
Checks for JSA Fall State. Get them into me. Find me or I will find you. If you can't turn it in today, find Mary and beg to her to give you one more day to turn those in. I need those in as soon as possible. $120 to York School JSA. Make sure to get those in.
A couple days ago, I lost my Stanford sweatshirt that looked a lot like this one. I was looking through the lost and found this that's very similar. So if anyone over the past couple days has lost their sweatshirt, that's you. This is yours. All right. Just picked one up, and you're not sure if it's yours. Please check that. Thank you.